When you study millionaires and billionaires in regards to their dating habits, there's one thing I've noticed. There's one thing that really separates them from everybody else. And it's very controversial. It's not something that a lot of people want to really jump into in terms of their life, but this is what I've seen across the board when it comes to very, very successful people. The people that have billions of dollars do this kind of stuff in their relationships. And today, I'm going to spill all the beans of stuff I've been studying for a long period of time in my professional life, in my business life, and really networking with high-level people. What is up, guys? My name is Sumi, and today I'm going to talk about how billionaires look at relationships differently than regular people. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all major platforms, including Apple and Spotify, and we're just going to jump right into it. Now, the majority of you should not do this. I don't recommend it for a lot of people because, most of you are just not in the mindset to kind of have this kind of relationship dynamic. But if you want to become a billionaire, if you want to become a multi-millionaire, if this is what your life is set out to be, I want you to stay here, grab a notepad, grab a pen, and really listen to what I'm saying in today's video. So first and foremost, most people when they go into relationships think that relationships are about love. It's all about how this person makes you feel. I love him. That's why I'm with him. I love her. She makes me so happy. You make me the happiest man in the world. This is not the way that multi-millionaires and billionaires really think about relationships, because relationships are more so a business for them. And I honestly agree with this to a large level, especially in my life. And it's not that I'm making $100 million a year. It's not that I'm a billionaire by any means, but I hope to be in that position one day. And I've learned that these people look at relationships like a business, because you're in business of living a lifestyle with this person. This person is your business partner for life. Whether you're a guy trying to date a girl or a girl trying to date a guy, your partner, your significant other, is going to be involved at some level, whether it's 1% or whether it's 100%, in the decisions that you make in your life. Even the decisions when it comes to business. Whether you want to move over here to start a new office, whether you want to buy a new car or live in a certain house or move to a certain penthouse, your husband is going to be involved. If you're in a very traditional relationship, your wife is still going to be involved. Even though she's going to listen to you and cook and clean in the traditional aspects of it, even the most submissive wife is going to have some say on what's going on in your life. That's the only way to have a proper relationship. So it is super important for you to change the mindset of, I love her, she loves me. It's about our love, our chemistry, to more so about partnership and what we can build together. People used to do this back in the day. Back in the day, marriage was an economic vehicle. A man had an income. He earned a certain wage every week, every month at his job. And a woman had the culinary skills, the homemaking skills that he would then combine with. It was a partnership. It was sex and children for protection and provision. That's really what it was back in the day. Now that women are able to make more money and do their own things, the need for these traditional relationships have kind of evaporated. And I'm really glad that women are able to do their own things and make their own money, but the shift and the focus for a lot of young women isn't to get married. It isn't to build a partnership with someone. It's to love themselves first, which I don't disagree with, but it's also to just make a career, travel, have fun, enjoy themselves, party, live life while they're young. You only live once, so let me go do this, let me go do that. Start a career doing X, Y, and Z, and get an education, all sorts of stuff, which, once again, it's not bad. It's just that it really, really walks away from the marriage idea and the compatibility idea. And so what happens is when I work with a lot of these women, they'll come to me after 30 and they'll say, I spent my entire 20s partying, having fun, studying, focusing on myself and making money. And now I'm 32 years old and I'm now ready to get married. And the reality is they now have to compete with the girls that are 21, 22, 23, 24 that are serious about getting married. And all the high-level, elite-level guys are focusing on marrying younger women because, number one, attraction is higher. Number two, they have less trauma in relationships. Women typically break down with trauma after relationship, and men typically get better. The more trauma a man has in a generalistic aspect, the better he's going to become. The more trauma a woman has, the more masculine she's going to become. Trauma actually makes you more masculine. So as a result of this, men want women that are trauma-free. I know that's not possible, but they don't want to deal with the baggage of another man or have to deal with a woman's past. And women want to deal with a man that is successful and that is doing well and has a plan for his future. So what we see here is the delay of marriage, which ends up actually backfiring a lot of times because those women are not able to find the dream man they want at 32 years old. They're really looking for the men that are left over, the ones that have not gotten married, the ones that are 35 and single for very obvious reasons, or the ones that are ex-divorcees that just don't want to get married again but just want to hook up and waste your time. I mean, there's a lot of other categories as well, but it's very difficult to date as a woman over 30. It's not impossible. It is not. You can definitely find true love. You can definitely find a great guy, but your availability in the marketplace is significantly reduced. And so what I'm coming back to here is women that have that billionaire mindset, that multimillionaire mindset, are going to get married as soon as possible and focus on marriage as soon as possible. And this is because they want to start a family young. They want to be able to nurture and give to their kids while they have their youth. And there's also biological variables to this, but the majority of it is just being alert, being aware, and being able to start a family while you're young. A lot of these women also marry men that are slightly older. So I'm not saying, once again, that you have to live this way in your lifestyle. Big disclaimer here. But a lot of these very ultra-rich people marry women that have a vision, have an idea about creating purpose and legacy. And these men really want nothing but to create their purpose and legacy. And so here's the kicker. The billionaire couple wants to create legacy over just love and matrimony. They want to create purpose in life. They want to leave their footprint. They want their last name to mean something. Back in the day, you're Arthur of Sir John, your father. Nowadays, people don't even recognize each other's last name. They're like, oh, that's a cool last name. That's a quirky last name. But billionaires and multimillionaires want their last name to carry weight. They want their last name to be somewhat of a statement where, oh my God, you know what her dad does? That's what they want. So they're very, very focused on a partnership. And so you can look at examples of very successful couples such as Jay-Z and Beyonce, where Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, which I'm not saying is good, but Beyonce still stayed with Jay-Z because her purpose of the relationship wasn't about, oh, how loyal of a man can I marry or how much love can I have for this man. I guarantee you, deep down, they were both like, let's be the heaviest hitting couple in the hip hop music industry. And they've done a very good job at that. So it's not about just, I love you. And here's the thing too, when you have compatibility, when you're raising your children in a very attractive lifestyle, when you're doing all the things that you wanted to do and you're creating that legacy, the love becomes very easy. Now I say this because I talk to a lot of billionaire wives. In our financial firm, we have a lot of partners and affiliates, and a lot of these guys are making over $100 million a year. And I sit and talk with their wives. You have no idea. And I try to pick their minds, their brains, like what mindset do you have? And it's very different. It is not about the flowers and roses and he remembered my birthday. It's not about that. It's about what can he do and what impact this man can bring. And some of you might say this is a very transactional relationship. She married him because of his money, but most of these women did not marry these men when they had money. They married them when they didn't have money, and they saw that this man had a vision. And what they did was they injected their feminine energy into this man's lifestyle to proactively make his day better. And they pushed this man. They motivated this man. Men are motivated by women. When you ask the modern woman, okay, your man is not making money, what do you do? She says, okay, I'll pick up the slack. I'll work a little bit harder to kind of make up and pay for some bills. A lot of these women would just say, I would make my husband work harder. I would tell my husband to make more money. I would do everything I can as a wife to my husband to empower him to make his lifestyle make sense and to make him more motivated to make more money. A woman's job in these billionaire relationships is to motivate their husband, is to guard their husband, is to push their husband, is to basically watch the perimeter of their husband's lifestyle to make sure that he's not going to get distracted and that he's going to stay focused on what he needs to do. And they let them have their fun. You can read into this if you want to, but these women are very different. And I'm not saying that you need to do this, but if you want to be the 1% of 1%, this is really the lifestyle that a lot of these guys live. Is it perfect? No. Is it everything that everybody wants? Absolutely not. That's why I don't think a lot of people do it. But is it something that you should consider if you want to be a billionaire? I definitely think so. I think that women really realize this when they have kids. You might love your man, but the moment you have kids, you care more about your kids than your man. And men, on the other hand, typically still care about their wife and their children very equally. But women automatically, through a hormonal response, will care more about the children. So as a woman, you have to really start thinking, is this man going to be a good father for me? Is this man going to leave a legacy for me? Is this man someone that I can really trust to create a lifestyle? Look, we all have one life. Why not make it the best? Why not make it the most amazing experience of your life? Why not? Why not do that? Why not try to reach for the stars and land on a cloud? For me, that's the lifestyle that I want. And I think a lot of women would not understand this, and a lot of women would not be okay with this, and that's completely fine. And I think a lot of men would not be qualified to embark on this journey or to even be qualified for you to listen to and to submit to. This is a relationship where the man does does what the man does and the woman does what the woman does, but they work together as a dual team. I have never seen more chemistry, more of a synergy, more of a honest understanding of each other's roles than anyone in these relationships. When I see regular relationships with, average people, which is, there's nothing wrong with this, I see a lot of overlap. These relationships have I do this and you do this, and they come together and just execute. So if you want to be a billionaire, you've got to understand the big point here is marriage is not about love. Marriage is about compatibility, and more than anything else, marriage is about creating a legacy with this person. And they have a lot of kids. They follow up with a ton of children, and they homeschool these kids on average, and they teach them how to run the family business and really grow with the family, because the family has accrued so much wealth, so much status. See, the one thing I'll tell you is this: the moment that you get married, you're going to have to allocate time towards your wife to do, husbandly duties. And what these women do is they try to minimize that time to keep their man focused and driven. And in fact, they actually make this man more efficient by helping him with laundry, cooking, cleaning, meal prepping, organizing, really making his schedule as efficient as possible. See, the woman really turbocharges the man's life. And this is what people don't really understand. Most people, when they get married, they have to take time off work. They have to slow down in their business. When they have kids, especially, they have to slow down. But these ultra rich billionaire women, they take all the responsibility of the household and they do everything they can to make their husbands' lives more efficient, more focused, more driven, and more purposeful. I hope this video gave you a little bit of clarity on how billionaires have a different marriage mindset than regular people. If you guys ever need one-on-one coaching, the link is down in the description below. Follow us on all major platforms. And guys, I appreciate you for taking a little bit of your day and really spending some time here with me. It means a lot to me. Until next time, guys, Sumi out.